Hello summoners, welcome back to the channel, and in this video we're going to take a look at our defense and discuss the strategy and the thought process that goes into placing these characters where they are. So I haven't been an officer for that long. Like recently, back in the day I used to be an officer, but things were much easier then. Like we didn't have attacker tactics, defender tactics, and even the characters both on offense and defense were much easier. They didn't have a bunch of like these many abilities and stuff. So there are a lot of things that you want to pay attention to. Like these days, a lot of interactions between the nodes and the defenders' abilities and stuff. So we're going to start off with the boss, then the mini bosses, and then we're going to discuss some tricky fights in the lanes. Not like a lot of fights are just diversity placement, so we're not going to go into much detail there. But like the global node we are running is stubborn, which is probably like the most common node that you have seen. Some alliances even run flow and siphon. Like one alliance was running, I think it was war number 4 or something. They were running siphon and we didn't even knew till we reached the mini bosses. Like that's how common it is to fight an alliance who's running stubborn. But talking about the boss, if you are running stubborn, then there are two really good options, and probably the most common one is still Dr. Doom and followed by Thing. So they're both stubborn characters, but the problem with Dr. Doom here, like we have two 6-star rank 3 Dr. Dooms on defense. One is placed on node 38 and one is placed on node 22, and we're going to discuss why they are not they're not a boss for a reason which probably all of you would know, and that is Ghost and the Hazard Shift. If you want to place Doom there, you still can, but then don't place anything at all on this node like Hazard Shift. Otherwise what the opponent will do is take all the mini except node 49, and then when this link is on, then they will use Ghost. They will get poison and incinerate on them, dash back, convert that into fury, and you still have to deal with stubborn, but it is a pretty easy fight for, like, at least in higher tiers. There are so many good players that most Doom bosses will get soloed even if it is a rank 3 if you are placing a character on a Hazard Shift. So I know for a fact that at least a few master alliances don't place anything on node 49 and then place Dr. Doom as the final boss. But if you don't want to do that, Thing is still a really good option, and we are in tier 2 platinum 1, and most of the times this guy will get at least 2 kills. So, and sometimes he gets more than 3 also. Probably the best option for this is Stealth Suit Spider-Man. But I haven't seen people solo this guy unless like he's running Suicide Masteries or something. Then we're going to move on to node 54. So I have a Doctor Strange here. This thing is by the way 6-star rank 3 and Sig 182, and this Doctor Strange is also a 6-star rank 3, signature level 140, although I'm not sure if Doctor Strange's signature level even matters on defense. But the node is enhanced special 2 and special 2 bias, also improved power gain. All three things that makes Doctor Strange annoying on defense. Now the alternative to this that I could have done was place this rank 3 6-star Dr. Doom there instead of Doctor Strange, and like this would have been a really good swap. Like I was considering doing this node is power focus 2, aggression prowess, so Doctor Strange would be pretty good here. But the thing with mini bosses is that at least in higher tiers like platinum 1, master, tier 1, tier 2, there are so many good players, and every good alliance will send their best players for mini bosses, and that is the reason why a lot of these guys, even though they are like really good defenders, they rank 3, some of them are rank 3 6-stars as well, like this Sentinel, this Doctor Strange, this Magneto, this Thing are all rank 3 6-stars, but there is a chance that they will get soloed because the opponent will send the best player with the best counter for that defender there. and yeah, so that is the reason I have placed Dr. Doom there, hoping that the guy on part 6 is not a great player, like not that good and not their best player, and not that good with Quake, but even if he is, then like Dr. Doom is stubborn, and like it would be really annoying fight. I've seen this guy be really good here because again power focus 2, so Dr. Doom will get really power really fast when he doesn't have 2 bars of power, and his SP1 is annoying, his SP2 is also annoying, so he, and with aggression prowess, like if he has a few prowess on him, then he launches his SP2, then even the block damage will be just so insane that like this guy has a really high chance of picking up a few kills. Whereas like this Doctor Strange also, like last war I think he picked 4 kills, which is unusual. Usually he gets 1 or none, but I think he's still a really solid placement there. Of course not a lot of alliances will probably have a rank 3 6-star Doctor Strange. So anyways, moving on to node 51. This has a power focus 1, enhanced special 1. So the reason I have placed Domino here, like Domino in general is really good for power focus 1 because she gets the like she fills the first bar really fast, which means that like she has a really high chance of getting lucky. Like she's lucky for majority of the fight, I'd say. Like I once fought her in the last season on this node here, which has power focus 1, and she was really annoying. So that is the reason she's there. Other, like there are definitely better placement for this, but I have placed a Domino here, and I think like this is a new placement for me. I haven't tried this before, so let's see how she does later. So the reason I have this Sentinel, this is 6-star rank 3 Sentinel on Rage, because anywhere else on the map, like if you don't place him on a node where like if you place him somewhere, let's say on an early path in some starting fights, then it's basically a charge for Corvus. And even though it is a rank 3 6-star, if the opponent, like a lot of people have Corvus as a rank 3 6-star these days in higher tier alliance wars, and they are going to max boost and they will take him down with no problem. So you need to place him, like he is, Sentinel is still a really annoying defender, and but you have to place him at a node where he at least can't be Corvused. Medusa can still do decent. It does have rage, which could be annoying with Medusa, but that is the reason why I placed him there. Then Vision Arcus on 49 is because so that like the opponent doesn't use Ghost here. Like Vision Arcus does have armor break, although like if you like you can do some good stuff with Ghost against Vision Arcus, but most people would send a Red Hulk here, I guess. Mephisto is probably the best counter to this node because he is immune to Cold Snap. He does have class advantage. He is immune to Poison and Incinerate. Like he was made for this fight, but not a lot of people use Mephisto on attack, so that is a decent placement here. He doesn't get that many kills, but he could be annoying and could make a person get like if the guy on path 9 usually brings Ghost, then it could be annoying for him, or it could force someone else to bring a Red Hulk or something, and then not have a perfect counter for someone on the path and give a kill there. But as I've said earlier, like I'm with against at least good alliances where we need a lot of kills, most of the kills would come from the paths, and like that's where you need to put pressure early in alliance war. It's like a mental game as well. So if your paths are picking up kills regularly, then usually like the opponent will even get demotivated if they know by the time they are at the mini bosses that they don't have a chance at winning. Then even the mini bosses will pick up kills and stuff. So that is the reason. That is the now Node 50 Weapon X is probably the best counter here, but how many people have a Weapon X? So I've seen people place Dr. Voodoo here. He could be annoying because he starts with, so basically the node is recovery, which is fine, and the regen can't be reversed, but vigorous assault, so basically when they have regeneration their attack is unblockable. So there are some regeneration characters that are decent here, but for the most part this node would rarely get a kill. Even like if you place a Weapon X, I think Quake still works here like really well. Then this guy actually has never not picked up a kill, and that is Killmonger or Stunning Reflection, and this is another 6-star rank 3 Sig 127, so a lot of reverberation damage here. But like in almost every single war this guy has picked up 3 or more kills. So he in general, like put him here or on the path Stunning Reflection, like path 9 in section 2. No, that one has Windows stun, never mind. So yeah, put him here, he's great for this node. And then at node 55 we have Brute Force, which is the main node. You can also like it also has Limber and the best defense, which is like more evade chance, like more evade ability accuracy. But like I have never seen this node get a kill. Spider Gwen is a really common defender here. I took her last war with Nick Fury, and once you're in your second phase you get the like more than 5 tactical charges. There basically no way you are going to lose that. Same thing with most defenders here. Like most evade characters you're going to place here will come out with no kills. MODOK with Brute Force will always be annoying, and Limber on top of that is just an annoying placement. I don't expect this to pick up a kill, but this sure can. So that is the mini bosses. And now I'm going to discuss path 5 first, because that's my path. That's a path where I know my stuff. So like is the basic, like the most common path, like the most predictable path in the entire map in my opinion. It will always be like 90% of the time it's Darkhawk, Nick Fury in section 1. The reason for that is like, and Darkhawk never gets a kill. Like I have never seen Darkhawk get a kill, or I have never died to a Darkhawk on path 5. Medusa shreds him, Magneto shreds him, and Human Torch have done. I think I've seen Hector take him with Human Torch. So basically the reason he gets placed here, this is also rank 4, but the reason like I place here, like I've said, he never gets a kill and then I place him here. The reason for that is it's not like he will do better on any other node. Like some of these characters will just not usually. I said that before actually for Captain America Infinity War, and he picked up a kill in one war. Like any character can pick up a kill someday, but for the most part like Darkhawk will not get a kill. At least a rank 1 6-star will not. So this guy will usually, so the thought process here is person on path 5 will bring a Medusa or a Magneto for this node. Then for this this Nick Fury, this is a hard fight. This I have died to this fight. I've seen a lot of people die to this fight. I've soloed this fight. Like this fight for me, it either goes perfectly or it goes horribly. But the tricky part, like ebb and flow knockdown is not a problem in the first phase of Nick Fury, but in the second phase this also has heavy hitter. He's stun immune in his second phase, so it's just really hard to fight him. Omega Red does really well. I use Archangel here, and more often than not I solo this fight, but I think I've seen Havoc, someone take this with Havoc. I've seen Namor do this as well, but basically people will bring a mutant character for this and a Medusa or Magneto for this. Magneto is not good for, he can be decent for this like this Nick Fury, but I've tried this once and like I basically died there. So that's 2 characters out of 3 gone for the person on path 5 in section 1. Like that's a strategy for me. And then in section 2 I have this really common placement again, Thor Ragnarok, again a rank 4 one. The reason I have placed him here is again that at least on this node he has a chance of getting a kill, because everywhere else he is a stubborn defender, but he won't get killed anywhere else. And then this Emma Frost is basically to throw people off, but the guy on path 5 usually would take this Nova as well, unless the person on path 4 or path 6 has a Doom. So I'm guessing that the person who will be in path 5 will bring mutant character Medusa or Magneto and a Doctor Doom. So this Emma Frost will be tricky, because with I guess they could just use Medusa for this Emma Frost, but like this does have ebb and flow intercept and readable determination. Overall, like basically I've seen, like in my experience, if I place Nova here and I place any other character on this node, like node 39, then I won't get any kill. But whenever you mix something up, because like me as an attacker, I'm used to fighting Darkhawk, Nick Fury, Thor Ragnarok, Nova every single war. So at this point I'm pretty comfortable with it, and the chance of me messing up is considerably less. But if I get a character that I haven't fought on this node, and because ebb and flow intercept is tricky, it makes it gives a pretty good chance. Like Emma Frost is not the best on, like she doesn't have auto block or something that makes her good on this node, but because like she is an uncommon placement here, it gives her a good chance of getting a kill. Plus if I place Emma Frost anywhere like in a normal path, then it's a charge for Corvus, and that's something that I always recommend everyone to minimize. To like, we can't give no charges to Corvus. He gets charges against Avengers, evade characters, mutants, tech characters, so it's not possible to just not place any of those characters. But like that's the reason Stark and Spider-Man is there on node 28. This is Rage, so Corvus won't take him down, and that is like we are saving at least 1, probably 2 charges here. But now coming to the other parts, path 1, like I have a blade here. It's mostly of diversity placement. It has vigor and like regen abilities can't be reversed. This Lionheart node and Buffet is actually a pretty decent node for Mysterio. I've seen him pick up some kills here. But this Colossus, if you place with deep wounds, is a Corvus bait. Like they will just straight up die from the bleed damage, I think, from what I hear. So this is a really good placement. Black Panther Civil War is hiding behind that Colossus. Like if like this is basically to trap a Corvus, that they see that they will get 2 charges here, the Avenger and the Mutant one. They bring Corvus, they die to this Colossus, and like this Black Panther Civil War will most likely not get a kill, because like let's be honest, in tier 1, tier 2, if you die to a Black Panther Civil War, that would sure be embarrassing. And then like this Emma Frost on EMP modification. So usually like people would bring shock immune characters here, and the most common shock immune attacker is probably Doctor Doom, so he will have class disadvantage there. And usually like if I place her anywhere else, people would use Nick Fury for her. So like it probably saves her from Nick Fury, and she again is not a character that I expect to get a kill from. This Havoc is going to be unblockable a lot, I think for the entire fight basically. The defender has 100% increased defensive ability accuracy. When the attacker has 3 or more debuffs, the defender becomes unblockable. So yeah, he will be unblockable for most of the fight. Quake is by far the best option here. uh, and in part 6, as I said, this Dragon and Spider-Man has actually picked up multiple kills in every season. Like, he is really good here. Actually, it's not just diversity placement. And then this Doctor Doom, as I've explained before, it has power focus too, so he'll get a lot of power. He'll get aggression prowess as well. So I do expect him to get at least a kill. And then here, this has what power from afar, spite. So I place a Mephisto here. Like Void would be the perfect counter. Human Torch will also melt this guy with the pre-fight ability. And who else? Like a lot of Mephisto counters these days. So I haven't seen Mephisto get a kill. And then there is this Elsa Bloodstone on kinetic transference. The reason is like her SP1, SP2, like you are probably going to block them. I'm not sure if you can fully evade them, but most people would place a power gain character here. But again, the parts, what is it, 7? So part 7 guy would usually bring a really solid power control character. So we've tried a lot of power gain characters like Hyperion, Arcus, even there's Annihilus here, and Elsa, like with the kinetic transference, could be annoying here. And again, she's mostly diversity placement. Then part 8, like Captain America Infinity War. This is basically a Corvus charge, but I assume the person with Corvus is running Suicide Masteries, and this has heal block. So that is the only reason I placed him here. And then this Venom is actually could be annoying if you don't bring a mystic character. It has richer, it has the heal block as well, and buff imbalance. So you want to have a character who can nullify his buffs, otherwise he could be annoying. Then this is window of opportunity stun. So any annoying defenders are really good here. This path gets kills constantly. I've placed a champion and an Annihilus here. I might actually change this because both of these are cosmic characters, and I usually try to have some diversity in each path, like so that people don't just take it down with one character. But now this is actually really common and really good placement thing on Encroaching Stun. So the best counter is by far Quake. If you start quaking at the right time, you will completely bypass Encroaching Stun. But I've seen Nick Fury do it as well. Like I've done it with Nick Fury, but at that time the global node used to be Flow, so it was considerably easier. But I think Nick Fury can still do it, but it is still a really hard fight. Like last time I placed a 6-star rank 3 thing here, and he definitely he picked more than 3 kills. Then this is a guy who used to be wait a second, we forgot about this Nick Fury. So on Footloose kinetic transference, Nick Fury is amazing. Like I've fought him a few times and I've never soloed this fight. But then the guy on part 4 Fintech, he is just ridiculously skilled with his Doctor Doom. He solos this fight without losing any health or just almost negligible health. So yeah. Then this Korg used to be so annoying for so long with Mixmaster and Prowess. It also had Oscillate, it doesn't anymore, and which may between the removal of Oscillate and people getting more comfortable with fighting Korg here, this almost never gets a kill these days. This Doctor Doom is again a 6-star rank 3. Olympus has so many stacked defenders, so yeah, 655 6-star rank 3 Doctor Doom. He will get a kill. Like if there's a really good chance it has power focus 1, this guy usually does get a kill. Then we're going to move on to section 1. Nothing too interesting here. Like this Voodoo will be unblockable in the start of the fight. This Hyperion has like strike counter, Fury. So like there could be a point if the opponent doesn't manage his charges properly, then he could pick up a kill, but usually he doesn't. Then the Sorcerer Supreme power focus 1. Then this Void is actually good placement because it has running on fumes. So while close to the defender, the attacker gains fatigue debuff, and whenever you have a debuff on your void, you regenerate. So that is good placement, but it never gets a kill. I've discussed Path 5 earlier. Then this is Power Focus 1 again. A lot of Power Focus 1 nodes actually. So every time Stealth Suit Spider-Man gets his SP1, let's ignore that. So whenever Stealth Suit Spider-Man gets his SP1, he gets his evade charge back. So that's the reason I placed him there. Then Dormammu on kinetic transference is nice, and attacker powers draining abilities are also 90% less effective. So actually this is a decent node. This I usually just leave empty. It has Metador basically. It's basically you can place a diversity character here maybe. Then this Aegon will probably never get a kill, but it has buff imbalance, power drain, and when you hit him he gets a lot of fury, so he would usually have a lot of buffs. Then the two mutants on this path is mostly to not give Corvus a charge, but it also has Hazard Shift, and I think Ghost is a metal character, right? If she isn't, then I might change this later. So that is why I placed Magneto here. And if again, so the reason here is actually interesting. So I want person on path 9 to not bring Ghost, then someone else will no, I don't want the person on path 9 to bring Ghost for this in section 1 and this Vision Arcus. So because of the Vision Arcus, the person on path 9 might bring a Red Hulk or something, and then he will have to take some damage on Iceman and heal that back. So yeah, that's the reason behind that placement. Then this Morning Star, this Clairvoyant will probably not get a kill. And yeah, that is our defense. So thanks for watching. It has almost been half an hour. So yeah, thanks for watching. Have a nice day. Subscribe to the channel for more content and stay safe. Bye bye.